Hey everybody, Tony Davis of Premier Entertainment with my submission into the most memorable gig contest. I'm going to be talking very fast because there's a lot that happened on this one date. The date is burned into the back of my mind. It was Saturday, October 11th, 1997. I was working as a DJ assistant for another DJ in town for about a year at that point. We had a wedding this day, and he called me up at noon, and he goes, hey, I need you to do me a favor. Go to the mall. I want you to buy 2 matching shirts for us. I don't want to do a tux. I don't even want to do a tie. That'll be a little bit too formal for this wedding. Get a couple matching silk shirts while you're at it. Okay. It was 1997. Give me a break, okay? So I go to the mall. There's like a silk shirt shop right there. I get a couple shirts. Okay, ready to go. I got a little time to spare, and I said, you know what? I always wanted to pierce my ear. So I get my ear pierced. They put a little plastic thing in there. I buy up another thing of earrings, and they say, hey, don't put those in yet. You know, you want to, clean this thing and turn it for like 4 days before you even think about putting those in. I said, oh, absolutely. 10 minutes later, I had these in. I went in the bathroom, put them in. Hey, they look cool, okay? So that's what happened there. 2:30, my boss, he comes to pick me up. We're on our way to the wedding, which is 30 miles away. We get about halfway there on I-94. We come up over a hill and see a sea of traffic. We are stuck in traffic for 15, 30, 45 minutes past. Finally, we creep up alongside a police cruiser in the emergency lane, and I ask him what's going on. He goes, well, here's a problem. We got a jackknifed rig about 5 miles up the road. It's blocking all lanes of traffic, and ironically enough, this being Wisconsin, it's a cheese truck. The back end spilled open, there's cheese all over the road, and the thing's on fire. There's like smoked Gouda all over I-94 right now. So we're laughing about that, but I'm telling him about, why we're in a hurry and everything about this wedding. They put so much work into it, we don't want to ruin it. And he goes, hey, not a problem. My daughter just got married. I'll give you an escort to the next exit. Beautiful. So we get in behind him. He takes off in the emergency lane. We're following. We get off the exit. He tells us how to get there with frontage roads. Beautiful. To which we initially just forgot completely. So we're lost. We finally get there with 25 minutes to spare until we're supposed to be set up and running. We go inside. I said, okay, how do we get to the hall? We're supposed to be DJing the wedding. She goes, not a problem. It's the second floor all the way down. Wonderful. And the elevator's broken. Of course it is. So we get all the equipment in, we put it in the lobby, we start huffing it up the stairs and flying down the hall, just getting it right in there. We're setting it up really quick. We put our silk shirts on in the car because we knew that we were running late. And so we're sweating through these sage green silk shirts. We look like Swamp Thing. We get the whole thing set up. Last thing, we just got to raise the light bar. So we raise the light bar, and I turn around after I lock the thing in place, and it rips the back of my silk shirt. Big rip in the back of this brand new shirt. And so what do? Hey, duct tape. 18-inch section goes right on the back of the shirt. Okay, that works, whatever. 5 o'clock comes, the doors open up, we have dinner music going. Wonderful. I go to the bathroom to compose myself. I look in the mirror. I take a look at my ear. It is now swollen up to the size of a softball, and I look like John Merrick, the Elephant Man. I come back in the hall, whatever, 20 minutes later, the bride and groom show up. The bride is irritated, you can tell, and the groom is completely sham-canned. He is drunk beyond belief. He's a little Asian dude, and he is plowed. He comes up and he starts talking to me in this language I can only refer to as drunkenese. And he goes, I don't care what we said earlier, you only play off these CDs. And he hands me this bag, this Walmart bag filled with CDs. Okay, fine. So I look through there, and they are a wonderful genre of music for a wedding, referred to as death metal, by a band called Cannibal Corpse. In fact, I believe they even had one song in there called, like, I Want to F You With a Knife. There's a first dance if I ever heard one. So we start looking at this. We're previewing these tracks to find out which ones sound a little better than the others. Thankfully, you can't hear any of the lyrics because they all sound alike. Die! Okay, cool. Okay, so we're playing these for an hour. People think we're the worst DJs in the world. The bride runs in from the hall at one point to the middle of the dance floor, which is surprisingly empty, and tells me to cut the music. I cut the music. She faces her guests and says, "Hey everybody, we're getting it annulled. Take your gifts and go home." She flies out the door. Everybody's taking off after her. About 20 minutes to a half hour goes by. We're still playing music, but just a little lower key, wondering what the heck's going on. The groom walks up to us and he goes, "I'm very sorry about that. Just wrap up, go home." Well, my boss, being the inquisitive guy he was, says, "Hey, what happened?" The groom, who apparently was still drunk or whatever, he says, "Oh, it's my fault. She go to bathroom and she saw me doing the maid of honor." It honestly happened. He was having sex with the maid of honor when his bride walked in and saw him doing this on their wedding night. We wrap up, we go home. August of 1998, we are sitting at the office pulling CDs for that weekend's shows, and I get a call from this guy saying, "I saw you at a wedding last year, October, in Kenosha, and I want to book you." I said, "Well, we only have one wedding down there that time of year, and quite honestly, things didn't go as planned." He goes, "Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I was the groom." And I said, "Oh, okay." And he goes, "Well, we got it annulled, but, we worked things out, and I'm getting married." And I said, "Oh, well, I'm glad, that you guys worked everything out and you're getting married again." And he goes, "Oh, no, I'm not getting married to her. I'm getting married to the maid of honor." True as I stand here, that's exactly what he said. And I said, "Oh, well, I'm sorry, but we aren't available." And he goes, "Oh, I was hoping I'd get a discount for booking you twice." And I said, "No, I'm sorry." And he goes, "Oh, hey, wait, I never even told you the date." "Yeah, I know. We are not available." So that's what happened, and thankfully it's 14 years before now, so practice and enjoy.